Perth Glory snatch a draw from the jaws of victory. The race for the top 6 heats up and Australia Cup action returns to the West. Welcome to the Far Post Perth, powered by ID Athletic. Download the latest football catalogue, idathletic.com. And a big thanks, as always, to Trio Homes. If you're looking to build, redesign or renovate, triohomes.com.au. Another episode. I think we are up to episode 21 or 22 for the season, so we are certainly cracking through it throughout 2025 and 2026 throughout the A-League season. Blayne Treadgold is my name. Jaxon Bassett is with us, going around the table. Welcome back, mate.
Always good to be here.
What's that disgusting thing you're wearing there, mate?
Beg your pardon.
Oh, you mean this lovely Man United track jacket? Calling back to the 91 season.
Yeah, good stuff.
The classic logo and the classic sponsor on the back.
You know why 91 was so good?
Why, Blayne?
Because Leeds won the Premier League in 92.
And who cares?
There you go.
The last of the glory years.
He's back. James Ranson, welcome.
Good to be here.
Yep, no, good stuff. What's been happening, boys? Anything going on?
I was about to say that Leeds had a good win.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that. Anything else going on there? Outside of the world of football? Do we need to get anything off our chests? No?
No, I think we're good.
No?
Yeah.
All right.
Not
No
really.
dramas at all. Well, let's get into it the way that we know how. It is the good, the bad, and the ugly from the week that was. Jaxon Bassett, kick us off.
I hope you don't mind me plugging another show.
Who is it?
Well,
You've been cheating on us.
no. I'll start by saying back in the golden era of the A-League on Fox Sports in the mid-2010s, there were two shows that I was a big fan of.
Yes.
One was the Sunday Shootout.
Yep.
Yes.
With Tara Rushton, John Kosmina, Ned Zelich was on there.
Even before
Forgotten
that,
name.
it was Mel McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other one, providing the more lighthearted and comical relief, was Santos, Sam and Ed's Total Football.
Yep.
And I didn't realize it was only on for 2 seasons, but it had a lasting impact in that short run. And SBS announced that their little spin-off that they've done before, Cup Fever, is back for the 26 World Cup.
Yep.
No Sam this time, but it will be hosted by Santo and Ed. It's a half-hour show streaming every night of the World Cup on SBS On Demand and premiering on YouTube each night. Maybe this is me being a bit of a nostalgia merchant, but I'm so glad to have that back, and you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be tuning in to pretty much all of those shows when the World Cup is on.
Why isn't it on normal TV? That would be my argument. If you're going to buy the rights for the World Cup like SBS does, wouldn't you just go nuts with your football content?
I would assume so. But I don't know
Interesting,
why.
isn't it?
It
That
is,
whole-
yeah.
It's probably a bit...
It's kind of, it's something that we want to do, but we're not willing to put it on our main channel.
No, not quite.
Do you know what I mean? Like
I know,
it's that.
yeah.
It's a bit cheaper to put it online because it'll be on demand.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when the last time they did this was 2018, and they were on the ABC, and it was on iView, which is their version of on demand
Yeah.
as well. So it's become a bit more. It's become less of a TV show and more of a online show.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. At least we're getting something to go along with the World Cup coverage that we're never going to get.
As I said,
by
I just
SBS.
I think it's just a bit cheap not putting it on the TV and on your primary channel.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
I think that's fair, but again, very much looking forward to it. We need more of this. We need more football content. So very happy that these guys are getting involved because they were a staple of that.
Don't get
Fox
me
Sports
wrong, we
run.
do need more football content, but you lessen the hoops that people have to go to and jump through to find that football content. That's the key.
It's got to be more accessible.
Exactly right.
Yep.
Exactly right. And to a wider audience, because we've got to remember is that majority of the people that tune on SBS won't go looking for it on
No.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. With it being on YouTube and on demand, it does seem like they're kind of aiming at a bit of a younger demographic, even though that kind of goes against what SBS and ABC and what these corporations kind of aim for.
Yep.
But again, I'll say it again. Very happy to have it.
No, that's a point well made. Ranson, keep us rolling.
I certainly enjoyed Arsenal getting knocked out of the FA Cup. But not only did I enjoy that, the reaction on Arsenal Fan TV.
Oh yeah.
Good to see them back and lead judges.
I thought they were dead and buried.
No, but he came back for one night only and absolutely let rip.
You bastard.
Yeah, and it's like, why they get sent to Portugal? He's got to win the Premier League and Champions League now. I'm telling you now. And it's like, it's awesome. It's good fun. You know, I mean, they've been getting way too big for their boots. I'm hoping that
He's done it again.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they find ways to not only get knocked out of the Champions League, but eventually drop the Premier League if they do. Although I will have to bear Man City winning it, but. The fallout, it's been great. Arsenal.
You got to bear Man City winning it, mate. There's another two sides still in there.
Oh the Premier League.
Oh, I thought you meant
no. The FA Cup. Fuck it, because United got knocked out. Yeah, so doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, Arsenal losing and then their fans having the meltdown just made for fantastic viewing.
Yeah, no, good stuff. My goods, lads. Graham Arnold and Iraq. What a brilliant story.
Perth Glory managerial target.
I've said it before. I am on the record at saying that he would have turned would turn this place around. But what a story!
Yeah,
what a story. Against the odds, 40 years. The narrative around this is phenomenal, and we should be leaning ever so hard into this because Graham Arnold has to be up there now with not only one of the greatest coaches in Australian sport, but probably up there with one of the best international managers in the world.
It's a big claim.
It's a big call.
Just think about where he's taken two relative minnows, and I will call Australia a minnow because in world terms they probably are, and gone to two intercontinental champion playoffs and got both teams to a World Cup. It's pretty big.
It's pretty big, and I think the Iraq achievement is even more significant given their pathway to get there. Obviously, with the Socceroos, it certainly divided opinions, but I guess you're never going to totally please Australian football fans either way. But it's, for Arnie, this is a very impressive achievement that I don't think is getting the credit that it deserves.
No, and it won't because it's not winning a World Cup. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but under the circumstances, international airspace shut down over the Middle East, all kinds of things. And I was thinking on the way here, we saw those tremendous scenes at Sydney Airport. We saw the tremendous scenes on the streets of Baghdad and everything else like that. Actually, I'll make 2 points around this. But to Iraq football, Graham Arnold is to them what Guus Hiddink was to us.
That checks out, yeah.
So, and that's and the reason I'm saying this is because I want people to realise is that it had a very, very similar scenario. We're 32 years without a World Cup. They went 40.
Yeah.
They had to do it in an intercontinental playoff against a South American side. It's very, very similar. The stories is very, very similar.
It is, and look, obviously, it'll be interesting to see how they go in the World Cup, albeit their group is less than favourable. But you never know. But you never know. They might. They seemingly Arnie has fostered a spirit like he did with the Socceroos, and
Iraqi DNA.
You could say that.
The Lions of Mesopotamia.
Yeah, and we'll see if they've got that DNA and that can get them anywhere in this World Cup. But a fantastic achievement from me either way. Yeah,
no, I thought it was outstanding, and someone made a really, really good point, and this was my second point that I was going to raise as well, is those scenes at Sydney Airport where you had the Iraqi diaspora there with Iraqi flags, with Australian flags, singing for Graham Arnold.
Yeah.
Name me another sport in the world, and this should be actually put all over our social media, but there's no other sport in the world that can do that.
No. But that's the power of football, and it's fantastic that Arnie gets that sort of treatment. But hopefully, one day we can see that treatment for our Socceroos and what they're doing for our country. Ideally.
No, as I said, I just thought it was a wonderful moment, and I don't think it could be overstated how good that story is this week. Keep us going with your bad, Jaxon.
Mine ties in with James's good, and maybe he'll join me in a little sing along that I have planned here. Na 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 na. The bottle jobs are back. They are back. Bottle jobs are back.
Yeah.
This has all the hallmarks of the 22-23 title race. In that year, Arsenal had an 8-point lead, which they surrendered in the run home. It's 9 points currently. City have a game in hand, and they do play each other in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think these two games have much more of an impact than some might let on. To lose that cup final in the manner in which they did, where they were really poor for 90 minutes and got outplayed, and then to fail to get through Southampton away, a game they really, they should have easily gotten through that, even if they're resting players for the Champions League midweek. They should have been able to deal with that pretty comfortably. They've now got the Champions League, which they've got to focus on.
Yep.
And, Sporting that's not an easy matchup.
No, particularly with how they went against Bodo Glimt.
And they've got Bournemouth on the weekend, and I think those demons are still there. I think that pressure now mounts on them. And I'll go as far as saying...
Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You're both Man United supporters.
Yes.
And you'd rather Man City win the Premier League than Arsenal.
I'm not saying I would rather them.
Okay.
It's pretty tight.
Put it on the record.
City have no fans.
Oh,
I apologise, Mr. Sherwin, and I hope he's cursing from his phone or his iPad, whatever he listens to, but they have no fans. It doesn't matter. It will be absolutely unbearable if Arsenal end up winning a trophy. Full stop. Because they've gone that many years without, obviously, Arteta, he won, the FA Cup and the Charity Shield, I think, in his first year, COVID year.
Yeah.
And hasn't won anything since. They've been a laughing stock. They end up winning significant trophies like the Prem or the Champions League. Disaster. And what it's going to be on social media will be, it'll be like hell. So, I'm hoping that they just don't win anything.
I'll go as far as saying this. If City beat Chelsea this weekend and they beat Arsenal the following week, they will go on to win the league. I guarantee it.
Bring it on.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Neil, if only Neil was here to hear this, he would love this.
You two have just been kicked out of the Perth Man United Supporters Club, I think. This is going to go far and wide. Retweet. Everyone retweet.
It's all going to happen, but...
Hey, it sucks either way, but if you're giving me a choice of the two,
I can handle City winning it.
Apart from Neil, I don't know any other Man City fans. I've got other mates who are Arsenal fans, and I see a lot when it comes to the online forum in particular, which I pay a lot of attention to.
They're going to be so chirpy.
I see and hear a lot more from Arsenal fans than I do from City fans.
I think it was 02-03 or maybe 03-04. Leeds went to Highbury last day. And Viduka scored a double to prevent Leeds getting relegated, but at the same time handing Man United the title. I think it was 02-03, maybe.
I think the thing with City as well is we're so used to them winning stuff that if they win another Premier League, then it's like, it's just back to normal then.
Yeah.
With the Arsenal situation, it's completely different scenario. I imagine... If Liverpool fans, if this was Man United in Arsenal situation, do you reckon Liverpool fans would rather City win it over us?
Yeah, they'd be
100%.
ropeable if we were about to win it. Yeah, definitely.
Because I guess it's a little bit different, but Liverpool and City have, that's been a rivalry that's brewed.
Oh, it's more like a friendship, really.
Hey?
With Guardiola and Klopp, with how they were going about it. With the old school...
The Scouts don't have friendships with anyone.
The old school rivalries and the old Barclays, the old Prem, that was actually good. This City-Liverpool
it's a bit like
nonsense.
It's like Man U and Arsenal. They really shouldn't be rivals, but because they were so...
That was a good rivalry.
Because they contested the league at the top for years and years, that became a thing. And it's like that with Liverpool and City now. Geographically, it's not like that. But because they've both been so good and competing against each other, then it becomes a thing.
Yeah. Ranson,
bad.
Going, mate.
Both glory teams, men's and women's. I didn't catch the women's game, but I had a look at some of the numbers afterwards. And look, again, you can have all the possession that you like, but if you've got no bite, that's a bit of a problem. 8 shots all game with just 1 on target. That's not good enough. And then as for the men's team, they had a really good and promising opening 20-25 minutes. And then whatever the rest of the game was complete crap. And if you're talking about, Adam Griffith's prospects of becoming the next head coach, Well, since he was given the permanent role, his points per game average is 0.93, which is pretty shit.
Yeah.
So, it's been disappointing to see both teams and how they've performed and their inability to, reach and live up to expectation. For the Glory women's team, given how poorly their seasons ended. Look, obviously they did well to get things sort of back on track after their start to the season, but there was far more potential for this team, and really it shouldn't be finishing where it is, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I really don't know where to from here. I've got to admit, I've kind of, life has been pretty heavy, work's been pretty heavy, and I've honest to God, I've checked out in a lot of ways.
Well, you're probably gonna see that for the
as a fan anyway,
and you're probably gonna see that for the men's team with the 2 home games they've got coming up against Macarthur this Sunday at 5:00, which just isn't a good kickoff time at all. And then you've got the Brisbane game 2 weeks after, which will occur simultaneous with Fremantle playing Carlton a few kilometres away at Optus. So, it's been disappointing for both teams, and I'll be really intrigued to see how they approach the off-season.
It is hard work at the moment, I do have to admit. Boys, I wonder if you could tell me the only team to have won the FA Cup and be relegated in the same season.
Let me guess. Is it Leeds?
No.
Oh, wait, Wigan from 2013?
It is Wigan from 2013.
That'll make sense, yeah.
Leeds v West Ham. I feel about 74 after that match.
I can only imagine after those 2 90th-minute goals.
That was the most Leeds that ever did Leeds.
Yeah.
Hey, but you're Wembley. You're going to Wembley, though.
Yeah, but like with a bit of a heart attack, though.
Do you know what, though? I mean, and that's what, I guess that's brings me up to my point, is because it should never have got to that stage. Ao Tanaka scores in the first half.
Yeah.
DCL scores in the second. And then you hit 93rd minute. 11 minutes injury. Where the hell are we getting this 11 minutes injury time from, by the way?
It's like the Qatar World Cup.
It was ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, West Ham were pushing. They probably deserved to get a goal back, but not in 11 minutes of injury time. What? Some key facts regarding FA Cup winners and relegation. Wigan Athletic in 2013, first and only team to win the trophy and be relegated in the same season. Portsmouth in 2010, relegated as FA Cup finalists. They lost in the final to Chelsea in 2010. Leicester City 1969, relegated as FA Cup finalist, losing to Man City. Middlesbrough, 1997, relegated as cup finalists in both the FA Cup and the League Cup. And West Brom in 1931, notable for being the only team to win the FA Cup and gain promotion in the same year. So there's some spitting some facts.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather win the cup but be relegated, or stay up?
No, stay up.
You'd rather stay up?
I think we've got bigger fish to fry. You have to stay up. You have to try and consolidate yourself. There's no point in winning the cup and going down. As historical as the cup is, and I mean, Leeds got
for your long-term ramifications and plans, then it's
stay
huge.
Up.
Yeah.
You have to stay
for
up.
the financial reasons
unfortunately, I love the FA Cup. I think it's one of the greatest sporting competitions ever. And it's fantastic when you can have a team. I mean, who did we see recently? Port Vale from League Two.
Who are going to go down?
Shit, yeah, that was a bit of a drubbing against Chelsea, but anyway.
But, but it's a fantastic story to make the quarterfinals of a cup.
Well, I think
League Two.
Even for Leeds,
they're League Two, aren't they? League Two, League One?
League One.
League One,
yeah. But I genuinely think there might be a chance you guys might be able to knock off Chelsea. I know that's a bit of a hot take, but I think Chelsea, what they've been, under Rosenier for the last month or so.
Don't call me a conspiracy theorist, but was there any way in fuck we could have drawn Southampton? Seriously?
Not to me.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, okay, it's going to be the same old sides into the cup final again, and it gets a little bit boring if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, that's the whole idea of the FA Cup, is to have those cup runs and those upsets and everything else like that.
It's what we've had by having Leeds and Southampton in the semi-finals, and it's a one-off game as well. Like you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
That kind of brings me on nicely to my ugly.
Yep.
And I've got one more song, and I promise it'll be the last one.
Shit.
Karaoke night.
When your team fucks it up and misses a third straight World Cup, that's not amore.
I would have thought the appropriate song might have also been that the Bosnia song. I'm from Bosnia, take me to America.
Oh yeah, that would have been perfect.
Shout out to that one individual that likes commenting on our socials.
Oh yes. He's been a little bit quiet, old mate, hasn't he?
That was the perfect example of, in a one-off game anything can happen, and
whoops,
it's a major disaster. I don't think there's been a bigger footballing catastrophe ever than what's happening with Italy at the moment, and missing
Adriano Del Monte hit the nail on the head, and we've got to remember this. Nobody's got any divine right, to use that expression, to a World Cup. Nobody.
Yes, you have to earn your way there. I completely agree.
So, look.
Having said that, it is a disgrace for Italy not to be there. But it is their own fault. They can't blame anyone else but themselves.
Yep.
I mean, sure, Norway were very good in the group stages. But again, Italy would have been expected to have beaten them, or at least leveled it out over two legs. And even in this qualifying phase, they were much superior in terms of individual quality than any other team in that at all. And they should have easily gotten through. But again, in these games, one really poor mistake from Bastoni puts them on the back foot, and it goes to penalties. And we've seen what happens. Anything can happen in shootouts, and the nerves of not making it the previous two definitely played in the minds, and we've just started to see the fallout, and I imagine it's going to be quite severe. The manager's gone. The president's gone.
Yep.
The delegation chief, Buffon, he's gone as well.
Yep.
There was in the news, I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently the players were trying to negotiate a bonus for making the World Cup if they had gone on to win that. It was going to be around 10,000 euros per player if they had managed to qualify, but the manager turned it down. That was a report I saw recently, but it goes back a while, and I've seen a lot of people have talked about Roberto Baggio's 900-page report speaking about all the issues from Italian football back in the 2010s. It's an interesting source of discussion where to from here and how things turn themselves around, because you look at some other aspects of what's going on over there at the moment. The women's team was so close to making the women's Euros final.
Yep.
The underage teams have had success on the European stage as well.
Yep.
And although this current crop in the national team isn't at the level of 20, 30 years ago, there's still some really good players there.
Yeah.
But when they come together and play in these massive matchups, something just isn't right there, and it goes beyond on the pitch. Like, there's some stuff off field that needs sorting out.
I think it needs almost a root and branch
overhaul, full reshake
of the entire football system, and anyone who thinks otherwise has probably got a vested interest somewhere. And the way that Roberto Baggio report was treated was downright disgusting.
Yeah, it was disdain.
The lack of respect
swept aside
that was given. And yeah, I mean, if do you know what though? And when I was going through a lot of this, and I was listening to a little bit of Adriano Del Monte, and he was having a bit of a chat, and obviously he's I don't know if he's Australian-born or Italian-born, but obviously he's got a fair skin in the game and plenty of knowledge on what happens over there in Italy, reporting on it week in, week out. But it actually, a lot of the themes actually are reminded of the same issues that we've got here, is that there's a lot of personal agendas that are just holding the game back over there. There's a lot of mismanagement. There's even been talk about, criminal interference, all kinds of things going
Crazy.
on. It's not great, and it's up to the people and up to Italian football. It's probably up to the fans actually to push this as hard as they can and get this overhauled.
Yeah.
I can't see it changing in any other way. The infrastructure over there is dilapidated. A lot of it is old. The stadia isn't up to scratch. Their facilities. We talk about our facilities not being up to scratch. Italy's probably in that same boat as well.
Yeah.
They're just not in a great space at all.
Yeah, it's fallen by the wayside, and you think, 20, 30 years ago, this was like the golden. That's where everyone wanted to play. It was like the top league, the most respected league in the world, with amazing homegrown talent.
I mean, some of those Juventus sides, AC Milan, Napoli,
even the Inter
Diego
sides as well.
Maradona, for God's sake, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but now it's fallen behind
Mancini,
the Premier.
Sampdoria,
Yeah, but it's fallen behind the Premier League, the La Liga. Probably say it's fallen behind the Bundesliga as well in terms of the overall quality. That's an argument you probably could make.
Yeah.
But compared, in 20, 30 years, the change and its standing in the world game, just the Serie A itself, is quite remarkable how quickly it's turned.
Yeah, because you could say that Inter were doing a fair bit of heavy lifting for the last couple of years with Inzaghi and how they were making, I think it was back-to-back Champions League finals, but in terms of what Italian football is at this moment in time, it's not exactly great.
No.
And that's me probably putting a fair bit of fairy dust on it. But
no, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Go down to a Perth Azuri match and have a chat to some of the lads down there, mate. They are filthy, let me tell you.
Yeah.
What are we up to? You're ugly, Renton.
Yeah. I had two.
Speaking of ugly, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Blayne. You would know. I'm joking. Either Western Sydney's performance against Melbourne City or Sydney FC's lethargic attack. So Sydney FC, under the new head coach, Patrick Isnorbo, which didn't exactly go down well with lots of fans, if you like.
Yep.
One shot all game. Registering at an XG of 0.05. Not against Auckland, not against Newcastle, but the mighty Brisbane Roar, who had 5,000 at Suncorp Stadium. So that just tells you where their season is at. But for Sydney FC, they've got a tough run to end the season. They've got a Sydney derby away coming up this week. Then they've got Glory, so they'll cash in there. And then the following week, they've got Auckland at home.
Yep.
So concerns for them. And then as for Western Sydney Wanderers, obviously they announced Kyle Sandilands as their new head coach. Or for Tele. But yeah, so that obviously didn't go down well with the fans, and losing 3-0 against City. It's amazing that sort of team, which many people would have thought could have made the finals, is where it is. I think people probably expected Glory and Brisbane to, as the season went on and things started and the wheels fell off, that's where they deserve to be. But Western Sydney, for their facilities, for their resources, the players that they can attract, the youth that they can develop, it's amazing where both their men's and women's team are at, because I think they won the wooden spoon as well.
Yep. Obviously, we've got a Sydney derby this week. This has to be
the most vanilla Sydney derby.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. There's just... I love the Sydney derby as a fixture. I think it's by far and away the best fixture in the A-League, but I'm struggling. I looked at this and I went, it's like Sydney derby.
It's like the fans are turned off and of Western Sydney. They're like, great.
Alan Partridge with his shrug meme,
Yeah, just that. And then obviously Sydney FC, it's like, they should be fighting for the premiership, but they're not. Based on what their squad is, they should have been over the whole season, but, they've been anything but consistent or ready to take that next step. So, yeah, a bit sad that two of the biggest sides in the league are doing as ordinary as they are.
Yep. To finish up, guys, my ugly, I kind of had two, and they both came from the same fixture, but Hiroki Sakai's tackle against Adelaide. That was a shocker. And then I can never pronounce his name. Is it Guillermo?
May.
Yeah.
Yep.
How was he allowed to carry on that game?
No idea.
Knocked out cold.
Must have fudged their concussion test. But
well,
I don't know how you fucked that up. If he's knocked out,
he was out cold.
Yeah, he was gone.
Should be automatic. Like you got to come off.
Yeah. And it should be a week. It should be a week.
Well, I think it's 8 days he'll be out for.
Yeah, well, there you go. So it's 1 week generally.
Someone you could be in trouble for that. Fudging up your concussion test.
Mate, what if he... Heaven forbid, and this is where you've got a duty of care, not only while you're actually with a patient or something like that, but afterwards as well. You've got a duty of care to make sure that have been treated and they recover and they don't go home and fall asleep and don't wake up and shit like that in extreme circumstances. It's happened before, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
And, no one wants to see that. But I was amazed that he was allowed to get on with that. Yeah, but I don't think in another code that...
No. They AFL, they do the concussion test and it's like, see you later, off you go, 20 minutes.
Rugby's the same.
Yep.
Yeah, so what you said is exactly the reason why teams should be vigilant.
Yeah. And they should be supervision for the next 24, 48 hours. You know what I mean?
There are longer-term ramifications than just getting through 90 minutes of a football match.
Yep, 100% there is. So I thought that was a bit of ugly across the weekend. Anyway, boys, we'll wrap things up there. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back out on the other side. We'll chat a little bit of Perth Glory, a little bit of A-League next.
Tired of the same old cookie-cutter home designs? Dreaming of a space that truly reflects you? Then it's time to talk to the team at Trio Homes. Whether you're looking to build your dream home, redesign your current space, or simply renovate, Trio Homes is committed to unique designs, local personalised service and quality workmanship. And with former Perth Glory star Dino Julbich at the helm, you'll know you're getting passion and dedication built into every project. Discover the difference with Trio Homes. Visit triohomes.com.au.
What a run! This could be the one! It's in! That's what it's all about! And when it comes to sports gear that helps you perform your best, ID Athletic has the winning formula. From grassroots clubs to elite athletes, ID Athletic provides high-quality sporting apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and made-to-order promotional products. Proud sponsors of the Far Post Perth and passionate supporters of WA community sport. Visit ID Athletic at 84 Howe Street, Osborne Park, or online at idathletic.com. ID Athletic. Build your identity.
Welcome back to the Far Post Perth. Lads, I've got a little bit of a confession to make. Easter long weekend, I packed up the family. We went down to Bustleton, and I did not watch a single minute of football across the long weekend, and it was good. It was refreshing. I didn't get upset over anything. I wasn't disappointed with anything. So you'll have to give me a snapshot of how the of course, I do know the result. It was 2-2 with Perth Glory against the Central Coast Mariners, but give us your synopsis. You go, Jaxon.
So what you've done might be the formula for long-term happiness for all Glory fans. Just
don't watch.
Just tune out, and you can't be disappointed.
They can't hurt you.
Yeah.
The annoying thing about this was there was a bit of false hope and optimism early because the first 15-20 minutes were really good. The goals were very well taken. The pass, in particular for the second goal from Diabru, was fantastic.
Yep.
And then that's Adam Taggart at his natural best, to be able to control it and then finish with such precision and confidence. That's what we've been missing quite a bit. And then I think it was just unfortunate and very silly to let the Mariners get back into it. The free kick was a silly foul from Diabru to give it away. I'll give him a bit of a pass for youthful exuberance because he does love to get stuck in, and I do love the energy he brings, but he does have these kind of mistakes in him and this recklessness in him, which leads to him giving away fouls and getting carded.
Yeah.
And then for the equaliser, you've got to be more alert and be switched on for not only the cross, because Chris Donnell is in acres of space. He's got all the time in the world to be able to pick out Bradman at the back post, but even I think Sam Sutton should probably be a little bit more switched on to stop Bradman from getting in behind and nodding it home.
Renton, do you concur?
I just think this team, continues to find new ways to disappoint the members and fans for all the potential that it had over varying points of the season. I'd rather we didn't use only the fact that Lawrence and Bosnowski aren't in the team as our only cop-out because when you've got one of the biggest squads in the competition, through adversity comes opportunity, and I don't think we've stepped up to the occasion, or the guys that have come in have stepped up anywhere near enough. And I don't think we've played as a team that's been desperate to finish the season as strongly as possible. We showed, obviously, as Jaxon mentioned, the first 20-25 minutes was good, and there was some really good passages of play, and we should have killed the game. But Glory have been anything but ruthless in and around both boxes, and it's a problem that obviously is linked to the women's team. But yeah, as I was saying, this team, it's a bit boring. It's a bit boring. We sort of need a new gimmick rather than just throwing away points that we should be looking to pick up. So yeah, I did sort of feel like I wasted my time.
Yeah. Good goals, I must admit, from what I saw in the highlights.
They were highlights.
Yeah, Kaczewski to Despotovsky to open it up, and then Taggart's little move.
I had a conversation about this with someone. All our goals came from build-up play and from short passing combinations. The amount of times that I see Perth Glory players hoof the ball 50, 60 metres like we're playing the NFL or the AFL, that's not football. And it's just a contradiction to what Griff is wanting as a coach, seemingly. Like you want to be a possession coach, and yet, it's missile football. Treat the football like it's a bomb, yet we're more than capable of playing football.
Yeah.
So I just don't think it's getting the most out of our players, and I think they are more than capable because we've seen them play good football at times this season. We just haven't created the environment for them to do so consistently. So another missed opportunity for me.
The stats, very, very even. 52% to 48. XG was basically 2 to 1.83. Total shots was 20 to 18. Shots on target was 8 to 6. Touches in opposition box was 33 to 27. So I mean, Jaxon, it was pretty evenly shared. So 2-2, probably not a bad result.
Yeah, probably a fair result on the balance of things.
Yep.
But I think when you get into the ascendancy early, then I think there's no excuse for letting it slip, even if you are away from home. Yeah, to be honest, I do agree with James. I think there is a time and a place for Route 1 football and going long over the top. You can use it occasionally and sparingly. If you've got players who can run in behind, you can use it once or twice to try and catch the opposition out. But if you're going that option every single time, it becomes predictable.
It's not even that for me. It's the speed in which it happens a lot of the time. Yeah. It's going from Caltac or Wooten straight over the top. There's a bit of a run. Oh, that hasn't worked.
Yeah.
We'll try it again in 5 minutes' time. But it's the speed in which that happens.
It's brain dead.
Yeah.
It's brain dead. These boys can play football.
Yeah.
We don't have a set of spuds out there for as badly as they have played at times this season. These boys can play football. It's just we don't seem to, take the handbrake off and go, you guys go and play. Show us what you can do. And that's what I'd like to see for these next 3 games. 2 of them being at home. Try and play some football and entertain the fans. Give them a reason to come back next season.
Yep. Interesting. Anything else on the PG men's team?
No. Yeah, just a shame.
Yep.
I think what's annoying in the last 4 or 5 games in particular is that other teams who are above us have slipped up. There hasn't really been a team pushing for the finals who've had a really good run, apart from Wellington.
Can we touch on Wellington? Because the fact that they've won 3 in a row against some decent sides, they beat Melbourne Victory and in Melbourne for the first time in how many years? Was it 2017, their last win in Melbourne? I think I saw that stat somewhere.
That. Hold on, let me have a quick look. Yeah, keep carrying on.
So that's the perfect example, though, where Glory should be. So this is where we could be.
How come Wellington can do it and we can't? That's my question to the players, to the coach, to the staff. How come Wellington can do it and we can't? How come Melbourne City can do it? Well, how come Mariners have looked better than us at times this season?
Yeah.
It's like what's our excuse? We said finals was the goal this season. We brought in winners, so to speak. That's terminology from our director of football, by the way. The responsibility has to be on the football club as to why we have not reached expectations this season, and why should we believe any expectations that are put forward next season that we're going to have an improvement.
Going into this one, Wellington Phoenix was winless in their last 8 visits to Amy Park since April 2017.
There you go.
I was just having a look at the last 5, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but away at Brisbane, I'm pretty sure we scored first and took the lead in that game.
No, they did. They had the free kick from Chris
Long. Oh, yep. But so we had the whole second half to get back into that.
Yep.
Then Auckland away, we got into the lead in that particular game.
Yeah, Collar in the second half, yep.
Then there was the Wellington loss, which we all went in thinking this is a very winnable game, and we played absolutely crap.
Yep.
Then there was the City game at home, which we got the last-minute equaliser, but again, pretty underwhelming overall. And then this game where we had a 2-0 lead. So in that little span, there have been points in games where we've been ahead of the ball, and we've had a good chance to go on and pick up some good points and get us to around the mark where the Mariners and the Phoenix are at the moment. But too often we've just shot ourselves in the foot and let us down in crucial moments and in short bursts, which kill us and kill our chances of getting wins, because we haven't won since January.
Yeah, and last point, just 1 win in 11 games. 1 win in 11.
It's dire.
So, only Brisbane Roar, I think, have a worse record currently. So, there you go.
Well, is it belief in the players lacking belief? Are they lacking belief in the system? What do we put it down to for them not being able to grind out results or get over the line?
If you're using Lawrence and Bozanovsky out as your cop-out, then
they've been out since January. This should not be a cop-out at all. We've had them for long. They've been out long enough for it not to be an excuse.
That, for me, suggests that we're diffusing responsibility. It's like, again, you've got a squad of over 30. It's like, this is your moment to step up. It's like,
where's the next man up philosophy? Like, these guys are out. Like, this is your chance to come in and make your impact.
Yeah. I know we've had young boys come in, but it's like you've got other teams that have got their young boys coming in, or they've got other players that are coming in that are doing well, and it's just seemingly a Perth Glory problem where they can't do it. So, I'd be keen to find out why. But yeah, like I said, the last 3 games, I hope that they can put in something because, I hate being cynical about the team, but, they make it hard not to be, given just, like I said, 1 win in 11. There was promise when Griff came in, but that's just completely dissipated. So, yeah.
You talk about the youthfulness, but really, apart from the midfield too and Despotovsky, like most of the other players in that squad have been around for long enough now.
Yep.
Like you've got, I think Pennington's mid-20s. Kucharski is like early to mid-20s.
23, 24.
But he's still been around 3 or 4 years in the league. And same with Sutton and Shamoon and both Suttons actually.
Yep.
So I think there is enough experience around everyone else for that not to be an excuse. These guys have been in the system for long enough to be able to stand up in crucial moments and guide the team over the line.
Yeah,
in these circumstances.
It's just been too hard for us, clearly.
Boys, just want to go back over a few good, bad and uglies from earlier on that we got through on the social media, many relating to the Glory as well. So David says, good was the first 20 minutes or so, bad was the drop-off thereafter, and ugly pundit still going on with the mathematically Glory can still make the finals.
Who's even saying that?
I'll be honest, I was clinging on to that, but now it's like, no.
It's over.
JS says the good has been the state leagues, the bad, Glory's inability to manage a game and see out a win.
Yep.
Ugly, Aberdeen's real possibility of finishing 11th and possibly getting relegated. I'll have a bit of a look at that shortly. And Matt, and it might be a good segue to have a bit of a chat about the women's team, who of course miss out on finals yet again. But Matt said the girls missing out on finals was bad as well.
Yeah, again, they had a great chance. They were sitting inside the top 6 with 4 games to go. They had the break with the Women's Asian Cup.
Yeah.
And then they've come out on the other side of that. Lost 3, drawn 1, and
pathetic.
Been really disappointing.
Yeah. So again, I know this team it's been what 6 or 7. Apologies for the meme there, but it's been a fair bit since we were last in the finals. No, shut up. Sorry,
but yes, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, and it's just like I just don't think we've got enough of a desire to win as a football club. I know that's and I know that sounds stupid, but it's like we just other teams can find ways to win. How the fuck are Wellington in second, by the way? Wellington.
Yeah.
How are they there?
They've got Bev Priestman, who's a well-renowned coach.
You got that speech that she gave her team was spot on.
It's just and it just sucks that we build our fans' hopes up like maybe we'll do well this year, and then but there's always a reason why we can't do well, and so I forget about it. Finals is too hard.
For those playing at home, Aberdeen sitting in 9th in the Scottish Premier League. They are only 3 points adrift of Kilmarnock in 11th. Livingston, Lugonski. That's good. I don't like that stupid synthetic pitch anyway.
So just going back to the women's team, do you take any solace in the fact that there has been incremental improvements? We've got 2 more points than last season.
No.
1 extra win.
No.
Definitely improved defensively, conceded 13 less goals, although there were 3 less games.
You can find those marginal gains, but I think that just distracts from.
We were hoping
outcome.
for more.
The outcome had to be finals, and it's like clearly when you have your opportunity to perform, we didn't, and not enough of our key players performed and were consistent enough. And yes, injuries don't help, but. As you said, going into the Asian Cup, we were in the top 6. It was our destiny was in our hands, and then so it's a shame.
I think goal scoring was probably the real worry more than anything.
Yeah,
only 4 players scored multiple goals throughout the season.
How's that possible?
Yeah, well, Badawia 5 with the top scorer.
Yeah.
Gabby Holler and Susan Fonsoncam,
Yeah.
3 each. And then Ella Lincoln had 2.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Really interesting. Watch this space on where some of these local players end up. It's something that we've spoken about before. But
Yes.
whether they
Victoria,
end up
New South
coming back
Wales.
to
Yep.
NPLWA or whether they end up going to over East. Yeah, one to watch out for. Across the weekend, boys, just to recap other results. MacArthur 3-2 win over the Jets. Good win that for MacArthur.
Wonder what the crowd was.
Jets, I can have a little bit of a look there. The crowd was 3-6.
Holy.
3-6. But it's in line with what they've been doing all
Well,
season. At least they're consistent.
For as much as we're clowning on the Bulls, fair play, they have just beaten the 2 best teams in the comp in
Yep.
Auckland away and Newcastle at home.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Brisbane 0, Sydney 0, Adelaide 1, Auckland 1, Mariners 2, Perth 2, Melbourne City 3, Wanderers 0, and Melbourne victory. Some of these kickoff times are terrible, guys. Easter Sunday, and you want people to get out to the football for a 5 p.m. kickoff for Melbourne victory.
Yeah, and
Not going to happen.
I think there was footy on as well at a
Why not
similar
have
time.
it, as someone said, why not have it on Easter Monday?
Well, you kind of
Because
need
you've got
brains
the,
as
you've
a
got the footy
prerequisite.
on Easter Monday as well.
You need brains to be, it'd be
You
ideal.
you're in Melbourne across a weekend.
Yeah.
You're going to be competing with something.
Yeah, it's an inevitability.
Yeah. You're going to be competing with something.
Yeah.
Should also say as well, City beat the Mariners 2-1 tonight, so I think that puts City into the top 6.
It does. They are in
32
the top
points.
6 at the moment.
Yep.
Interesting times. Boys, we might wrap that section up. We'll have a very, very quick look at what is happening elsewhere. We'll do that next. You're on the Far Post Perth podcast.
Tired of the same old cookie cutter home designs? Dreaming of a space that truly reflects you? Then it's time to talk to the team at Trio Homes. Whether you're looking to build your dream home, redesign your current space, or simply renovate, Trio Homes is committed to unique designs, local personalised service, and quality workmanship. And with former Perth Glory star Dino Julbich at the helm, you'll know you're getting passion and dedication built into every project. Discover the difference with Trio Homes. Visit triohomes.com.au.
What a run! This could be the one! It's in! That's what it's all about! And when it comes to sports gear that helps you perform your best, ID Athletic has the winning formula. From grassroots clubs to elite athletes, ID Athletic provides high-quality sporting apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and made-to-order promotional products. Proud sponsors of the Far Post Perth and passionate supporters of WA community sport. Visit ID Athletic at 84 Howe Street, Osborne Park, or online at idathletic.com. ID Athletic. Build your identity.
Third and final part of the Far Post Perth. Boys, plenty to look forward to. Of course, we've got A-League W finals happening across the weekend. Unfortunately, no Perth Glory as mentioned. We will have A-League men's round 24 to come. Jaxon, a little bit happening locally. We turn our attention to the round 4 of the Football West section of the Australia Cup.
Yep. Some big games going on. Starting off on Friday night at Frank Drago Reserve with Bayswater against Murdoch University Melville. Then on the Saturday, I think the prime fixture will be between Kingsway and Azuri.
Azuri?
Set to be a very good game. We also have Armidale against Perth Red Star. I think that will also
That'd be a good one. Armidale had I think they had a result over the weekend, didn't they? In the league, I think they did. Let me have a quick check of that, but I'm pretty sure that they did they pick up their first points of the season? No, that was Balcatta who had a win across the weekend.
So while you do that, I'll just go through some other ones that I like the taste of. Joondalup City against Gosnells. That sounds all right to me.
Yep.
We also have Inglewood and Sorrento.
That'd be a good fixture.
That will be quite good. And then the other one that I'll mention as well, just because it's the club that was closest to me when I was growing up, Morley Windmills against Guelph, Croatia.
That'd be a good match, actually.
Could be an interesting one.
Yeah, Morley's obviously on a little bit of a road back to possibly where they once were. So,
and it was the club my granddad played for back in the 60s and 70s.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They actually had some going back, and there'll be people that can tell you a little bit better than I can, but they actually had like Dutch internationals playing for them at certain stages.
Yeah, well, my grandfather did come over from Holland when he was very young, so he's got that Dutch connection there.
Yep, no, perfect. Looking forward to it. Check out the Football West website and get out and see a bit of cup football. Should be some good fixtures across the metro area. Few other things going on. NPL Women's this weekend. I couldn't tell you the entire fixtures, but I do know that Perth is at home to Fremantle this Friday night at Doreen Gardens. Big one the week after will be Perth against Balcatta. Probably the two front runners for this season. Perth leads the way at the moment, but I think Balcatta might have a game in hand. So, have a look around for that. There's plenty of great local football, and it just seems like there's a bit of a buzz back in it. I mentioned it last week. Seems like there's a hell of a buzz back in local football at the moment.
I'd agree with that.
And as I said, I don't know if that's coming at the expense of the A-League a little bit.
I think people have turned off from the A-League.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people sitting a little bit locally and going back for their football fix. As I said, we did chat about it last week. But interesting times. Boys, just before we wrap things up, round 24 of the A-League, we'll go around the table and get some tips. We'll start on Friday night, Mariners v Brisbane, Jaxon.
Mariners for me, but should be a tasty one given the history between these two this season.
Yep.
Mariners.
Yeah, Mariners for me. Really tasty Saturday morning, guys. Actually, I think this one might actually be in the afternoon. I think it's about 1 p.m. Yep. Auckland v Melbourne Victory.
Auckland.
Draw.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no matter.
Yeah, I think Victory find a way. I think Auckland are in a bit of a weird scenario.
Yeah,
I don't think their form recently has been that spectacular. I think they've got they definitely can drop points.
Can Victory drop out of the six?
That'd be massive if that happens.
Is there any concern around how reliant they have been on Master in recent weeks?
They've got Auckland away,
Yep.
Jets at home,
Yep.
and then Western Sydney Wanderers away.
I think the top four are fine. I think Sydney is the one who could drop into that.
Yeah.
I think they could fall into that. They could fall down into that race
Or
potentially.
they'd be shitting bricks if they don't beat Western Sydney.
I think
Big
they're in a lot more precarious. Even though it's like only a couple of points difference, I think their situation is a lot more precarious than Victory's.
Going to be an interesting one on Saturday. Auckland beat Melbourne Victory. Saturday also Newcastle v Adelaide. Another tasty one.
Draw.
Set yourself on the couch for this.
Exciting draw.
Exciting draw.
Exciting draw.
I will say Newcastle. I think that pretty much puts them within arm's reach of claiming the championship.
I'm going to go
and do it.
Adelaide. Just for shits and gigs, and I want this to go down.
Throw a spanner in the works.
I want this to go down to the last day. I want last day excitement. I want both fixtures.
Be nice.
At least, if not all fixtures, I want both fixtures played at the same time.
That'd be nice.
That's what I want. Make it happen. APL, make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Adelaide.
3 points separating the Jets and Auckland.
Do Western Sydney get anything out of the Sydney derby?
No.
Yeah, I do. I think they win.
I think they draw.
I think they win, and then we'll finish bottom. That's my pessimistic mind
I think
at work.
I think Sydney FC bounce back.
Yeah.
Because again, one shot all game against Brisbane, I think PK would be probably putting them through their paces, and it'd be like, okay, can't be doing that again, especially against Western Sydney.
Yeah.
So it depends. I think Western Sydney have had lots of opportunities to turn up this season, and they haven't.
I think they fire up for this one.
They fire up for about 10 minutes, and then it just dissipates for me.
The derbies are so hard to pick. They're so hard to pick.
I know there's the old saying, a form goes out the window.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, hopefully it's an interesting one because we have bagged it out, given how it does feel like a bit of a vanilla one. But
Sunday, Melbourne City v Wellington.
Draw.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that. I think that's probably the hardest one to call out of all the games this week. I could really see it going either way.
And finally, another terrible kickoff time.
What are they doing?
I don't know why it can't just be earlier in the day. Perth v Macarthur.
Bulls.
MacArthur, yeah.
All right. So we're just dwindling out.
Easy 2-3-0 for them. I think they.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I won't be there on the weekend, but if that's your prediction, then I'm probably glad.
That's the concern because how many people will be there given football is on?
Yeah,
like the seasons have started.
Sunday League started, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
All right, we'll see how we go. Boys, anything else? Wrap things up? No.
No, not really.
No. All right, we'll get through a couple more episodes before we'll wrap up the season. A big thanks to ID Athletic. I think we're just crawling towards it at the moment. Fishing line.
Yeah, I ain't got it. I was thinking of I was thinking of a burning question, but no, I've got absolutely nothing really. Can Taggart keep up?
No one's going to be asked. We're going up.
Will the crowd be about 5,000?
Nah.
It'll be less than that, I think.
No, I think they'll hit 5. Big thanks to ID Athletic. Don't forget to check out the latest football catalogue, idathletic.com, and also a big thanks to Trio Homes. If you're looking to build, redesign, or renovate, visit triohomes.com.au. Big thank you to both of those proud local WA businesses for their ongoing support of us here at the Far Post Perth throughout season 25-26. Jaxon, thank you. James Renton, thank you. Don't forget to tell everyone about the Far Post Perth podcast, available for a couple more weeks. Now on YouTube Music, on Apple and Spotify. Until next time, enjoy your football.